I found this on the side of the road and a few of you suggested it before. Let's turbo this car with a leaf blower. Just doing a quick oil change. You got to put decent oil in these Ecotechs because they're a little bit weak in the bottom end. So if they've got old shitty oil, it won't take long for them to develop a bottom end knock and turn into legs out of bed, especially if we're going to try and shove some boost in this thing. Right, so some people say this works and some people say it doesn't. Now I think a pretty obvious way to figure out whether it works or not, if this can blow harder than the exhaust blows out, then it will probably make a difference. But if the exhaust blows out more air than this can blow out, then it'll probably actually add a restriction and make it slower. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start this car, rev it up to about 5,000, 4,000 RPM, you know, right in that sort of working range. Feel how much air is coming out the exhaust, then do the same with the leaf blower. Now, obviously the exhaust is gonna have more pressure, but as long as there's a fair bit more flow out of this thing, then it'll probably make a difference. Regardless of the outcome, we're gonna do it anyway and check it. All right, Jess gonna start it and she's gonna hold it at 4,000 RPM for me. Start this thing up and see how much air it blows, because that wasn't actually blowing that much air.
Supposedly this blows 255 kilometers an hour.
That's what the brochure says. Right, it definitely blows more air, but there's nowhere near as much pressure. There's no way you'll put your hand over the end of an exhaust pipe and stop the air. But it definitely blows more volume. So I'm on the edge about it. I'm on the edge. Oh, that filter wasn't doing anything anyway, so taking one out won't matter. You reckon that's through running it through the mud in the water and the other day?
Maybe.
Sucked it in. Right, that bit's out. It didn't make as much room as I thought that was going to make. I thought there was going to be heaps of room left there. Alright, let's see how we're going. That'll kind of fit in there. Kind of. Right, so I've got some bits and pieces that I had laying around. Maybe some of this stuff will help us. That's size. Yeah, that'll go in there. Right, that's a bit loose on there. That bit can go, that bit's not too bad on that end. That'll take up. And that'll go in there. Mitsubishi Magna parts. Let's put this on here.
It can bend though.
Oh wait, we need that other bit, but...
Yeah, put it up inside the tube.
Yeah, put this back on. Alright. And then chop it off. Let's chop it off.
Do you not have a saw?
No. I was cutting it just fine. Oh, look at that. We don't even need duct tape. Except for it's too long. Oh, it's got a split there. We've got a bit of a hiccup here. Look, there's a split in the original pipe there, and that's not going to hold any boost, so we're going to have to get rid of that bit. You can either put another bit on it, but I don't think I've got a spare Ecotech intake pipe here. It's with the other cars at the old place, so we're going to have to take this off and try and fit something up here. There's no
No gauze.
there's no gauze in it.
Don't play with that thing. They develop misses after you touch that.
How weird is that? There's no gauze in it. Somebody's already bashed it out. That's funny as. Right. Which way did it go?
That way.
This way?
Yeah.
Now that's hard. So we need a little joiny bit. Thinking what about just use this bit. That bit.
It's too big.
No, and then just put it on there. And then that'll get that angle. Cut it there. And that line. Which way did you say this went?
That way in. No, that bit in, yeah.
That way. Come on. Maybe that'll get it.
Lube it up, babe.
Yeah, spit on it. Come on. A bit of lube.
Don't try and do it so fast. Slow and gentle, see?
Is that what you reckon?
Yeah.
Right. While we got this off,
Hose clamps.
let's put some hose clamps on it. Put that on there.
There you go. That works.
Yeah. They're pretty good. Right. Let's do these clamps up. I think it should run with the leaf blower turned off. I think it can suck past the fins of it, so I think it'll be fine. Just to drive the car without the leaf blower on.
Is it going to blow up?
I don't think so. It works fine. See if the wrench with the leaf blower turned off. It works perfectly fine with the leaf blower on there, turned off.
That's easy for our runs. We'll just have it turned off and turned
for our
on.
Unrunning run. That's right, yeah. Should we test it with it on?
Ooh, I'm scared. What's going to happen when you start that?
So far, I don't think it makes much of a difference at all. Righto, so now it's time to test it. So we've flown the car over to Mexico, and one of our followers over there has a private road for us to test it on. So we've got it all hooked up. Now we're going to do a couple of runs with it without the leaf blower on, and then a couple with it on. Now it seems to be sucking perfectly fine without it on. So I don't think it's going to affect the amount of airflow that the car's sucking. So whether it's attached or not attached, it's not going to make any difference. Now I've downloaded this drag racer app or whatever it is, and it starts when you take off and it stops when you hit the brake. So as soon as I cross the line for the 400 meters, I'm going to quickly dab the brake, like line up with the tree, dab the brake, and it'll come up with the accurate time, or more accurate than how I've done it in the past, just pressing the button. Spun the wheels for a fair bit off the start because the road's wet, so it's not really an accurate reading. So it says 17.79, 129.57 kilometers. Now we'll do one more and then we'll start that leaf blower up and see how it goes with that. See how accurate this app is, really. Now that one should have been a little bit quicker. I didn't feel like I had quite as much wheel spin off the line. It's saying slightly slower. Say 18.08 and 130 kilometres an hour, so it was slightly slower.
It was a better top speed though.
Yeah, 1 kilometre faster top speed, but it's slightly slower.
That app's not accurate. Anyway, go again. Turn the thing on.
Start the leaf. Isn't it? Alright, let's check it. Results. It says 1780, 129 kilometres an hour.
No difference.
No difference at all. No. Absolutely no difference. It did spin a little bit more off the start. It spun right up to 6,000 RPM and then it changed gear.
And then it took off.
And then it took off, yeah. So maybe it was helping a little bit and it was made the wheel spin a little bit longer. So we'll do it again and I'll just see if I ease on the accelerator, not so hard, and see if I can get it to go a bit faster. But that still, it's not going to make no difference. I think it's a waste of time. It's a myth. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I'm saying it now. It doesn't work. It doesn't do all. But it's funny, isn't it? I'm gonna go down there, start that up again, and do another run and see what the time looks like. Some cobwebs out of it.
It's not smoking anymore.
Yeah, it's like the car's feeling better. Maybe it just like it's got the ECU tuned for a sort of a run up, like a run, you know. Anyway, thermos have just come on. Right, let's have a look.
Oh,
18.27.
so inaccurate.
You reckon?
That reckons it's your slowest time.
Yeah, and I felt like it was nearly my fastest.
It looks like your fastest.
Oh, hang on, it says a quarter mile there. Hang on, let's look back. That's the run, maybe. Hang on. Oh, no, look.
You've been doing it wrong.
Yeah, we've been reading it wrong. Okay, so now we get all the results at the same time. 17.93 leaf blower. 17.71 leaf blower. No leaf blower, 17.88, and
fifth one.
That one, 17.33. So the first run was the fastest run.
With no leaf blower.
No leaf blower, the car a little bit cooler.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work. So everybody else that's done it before me, that said it doesn't work, is right. It doesn't work. It's a waste of time. Don't bother doing it.
Just use them as a leaf blower.
Yeah, use them as a leaf blower. Which I already cut the tube off that, so I'm gonna have to duct tape the tube back on.